Think about the last fight you ever had. A breakup, an argument with your family, a friendship that just ended. Now think about how you tell that story today. Chances are, in your version, you were patient, you were reasonable, you tried. And the other person? They were the problem. They always are. Here's something strange. In the entire history of your memory, every fight, every breakup, every falling out, have you ever once remembered yourself as the villain? Not once. Not because it never happened that way. So what is your brain actually doing every time it hands you a memory of who was right? Why can't you remember being wrong? And can you trust anything you remember about your own past? Right now, there's a memory sitting in your head that you'd swear happened exactly the way it did. Maybe it's a moment from your childhood. Maybe it's a version of an argument you've told a dozen times. You're certain of it. You'd stake your own credibility on it. And here's what's uncomfortable. You have no way of knowing if it's true. Cognitive psychology has a name for what your brain is doing. It's called memory reconstruction. And studies have shown that your brain can hand you a complete, detailed, emotional memory of something that never happened. One that feels exactly as real as the ones that did. That's you, right now, with at least one memory you've never once questioned. Memory isn't a recording device. It never was. Here's the part that makes this personal. Think about the last time you and someone else argued about the same fight, and somehow, both of you were sure you remembered it right. You weren't lying, neither were they. So what decided which version you kept? Your memory isn't recording, it's choosing. That's why you're never the villain. Not because you were always right, because your brain won't let the story end any other way. Maybe that's why the argument never really ended. You both walked away certain. You both still are. Your memory isn't a camera, it's a defense attorney, hired the moment something happened, quietly editing the case file ever since, always in your favor. It's not trying to deceive you, it's trying to keep you functional. Their defense attorney is just as busy as yours. So how does your brain actually pull this off? How does it edit a memory without you ever noticing the edit happening? Every time you recall something, your hippocampus doesn't press play. It rebuilds the memory from fragments. That part researchers agree on. What's less settled is why the fragments tend to land in your favor. Some researchers point to how your brain manages self-image. Others think it's simply what happens when incomplete information gets filled in by whatever fits best. Here's what nobody can fully answer yet. How much gets rewritten each time you recall it? Or whether the original version still exists underneath all those edits. Your case file keeps getting reopened and revised. Nobody kept the first draft. All that's left is whatever the latest revision says. And no attorney left who remembers what the original even claimed. Which means the version of that fight you're so sure about has been reopened and revised more times than you've told it. And nobody, not even the researchers, has the original file left to check it against. So no, you were never the villain, at least not in your head. Your memory was never really trying to tell you the truth. Whatever it was doing, it ended up helping you live with yourself. You don't remember what happened. You remember the version of you that could survive what happened. That's not dishonesty. Your brain probably isn't lying to you on purpose. It's protecting you from carrying a version of your past you might not be able to hold. Which means the fights you never let go of, the people you've cut off, the versions of you that swear you did nothing wrong, none of it is as simple as memory versus truth. Maybe you weren't the villain, but you probably weren't only the hero either. Which version do you trust more? Yours or theirs? Drop it in the comments. If this video helped you understand something you've been carrying, share it with someone who might need to hear it too. And I hope we can continue exploring new questions together. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.